I don't know if you noticed, this is a big night for me here tonight. I got family here. I got friends here. Even my doctor is here tonight. What up, Dr. Williams? She's not a fan of my comedy, though. She's just here to monitor some things. I'm like, my breathing's pretty good right now, Dr. Williams. She likes to play a lot, though. She's always talking shit, man. She's always like, I'm worried about you, Paul. She's like, you're a big fella. And I'm like, you are a good doctor, Dr. Williams. She's like, you gotta be careful. You're a big guy. She's like, a heart attack will just sneak up on you. And I said, man, I grew up in Winnipeg. Ain't nobody sneaking up on me. Like, I stand like this all the time. Like, you know how hard it is to get a job when you're standing up? I'm like, check my references. Winnipeg's a rough place, I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm shook. It's got me shook all the time, man. When I was at the airport in Winnipeg, I was about to get out of my vehicle, and just some guy was holding a stick walking by. I was like, nope. I went inside the car, man. It was a blind guy walking by. I still waited till he left, though, man. I'm like, this is Winnipeg. I actually moved away. I moved back home to my res, Popple River First. Make some noise for Popple River First Nation, man. 900 people, man. I moved away. Winnipeg had like a gang problem, but when I moved to the res, I didn't know we had a wolf problem. It's the same shit, man. It's real dealing with wolves all the time, man. I was at my mom's house. She went to the store. She came back. There was a big-ass wolf on the porch. And God bless my mom. I love her with all my heart, but she's not good under pressure. My mom saw that wolf, and she started honking at me to stay inside the house. I don't know if you've ever been honked at to stay inside a house. It sounds a lot like, come the fuck outside right now, man. Man, my mom she came from the store. Them sounded like ice cream honks to me, man. I didn't even put on my shoes. I just ran outside. I was like, ice cream. I fucking get outside, man. The wolf was like 2 feet from me. He didn't attack me, though. He backed up and he sneezed. Weird wolf, that little wolf sneeze. I went back inside. He didn't like the way my belly smelled or something like that. It's scary, though. Like, my reserve, it's a flying community. So that means you can only get them by plane. It's scary. Like, if I get sick, I have to wait for a plane, man, to come get me. And my cousin got sick. It happened to my family. My cousin phoned me. She's like, Paul, I need you to escort me to Winnipeg because I'm sick. And I'm like, oh, man, free ride to Winnipeg? I mean, I hope you're okay, but hell yeah. So we're waiting for the plane to come in, and the nurse at the nursing station, she comes up to me, and she's like, can I ask you a question? I'm like, sure. She's like, how much do you weigh? And I'm like, that's a weird way to flirt with me, lady. Like, what are you worried about? Oh, man, when it gets down to it, we'll just put the mattress on the floor, man. Like, we got nothing to worry about. And she's like, no. She's like, the pilot needs to know how much you weigh so he knows how much gas to put in the plane. And I was like, look at me, man. Tell him to fucking fill it up. Like, why we gotta play with numbers on this one, man? Like, bring some jerry cans with you. We ain't gotta be playing with numbers like that, man. I'm lucky, though. I get to do a lot of shows up north, a lot of shows in Manitoba. I've been to one of the furthest places north you can go in all Manitoba is a small town called Churchill. The only way you can get in is by train or by plane. And when I got to this beautiful place, Churchill, I didn't know this, but the trains had stopped running for 4 months. I didn't know this. I'm walking off the plane. The lady that works on the plane, she whispers in my ear, there's no food in town. I was like, what? And second of all, like, why did you just tell me that, lady? There's 30 other people on this plane. We were stuck in Churchill for 4 days. Fred Penner was stuck with me. Yeah, it was cool. He got mad at me because I thought he was red-green. I'm not gonna lie. As soon as I saw him, I was like, duct tape. And he's like, please don't talk to me, sir. Don't. Like, I tell you, Churchill's a crazy place. It's so up north that polar bears just come into town all the time. There's signs up like, you're probably gonna run into a polar bear. And this nice little lady, she's like, I'll give you advice on how to handle the polar bears. I'm like, okay. And she's like, all you gotta do is just be aggressive with the polar bears. And I was like, I look like a piece of bannock to this fucking polar bear, man. I can't be aggressive. I can be passive aggressive with the polar bear. Like, I see the polar bear walking by, and I'm like, what's up, polar bear? Guess what? You know what? I gotta stop telling this joke, man. I can't lie to y'all. I have no idea what passive aggressive means, man. I was gonna try to fake it. It's a weird white made-up name. It's a weird word. That's all I'm saying. You know what? Since we're being honest with each other, I'm gonna make another confession. I'm way too high to be on stage right now. Don't clap for that. Don't clap for that. I'm a grown-ass man. It's a big deal. And I'm like, what's my middle name? I don't know. I don't know right now. Like, I'm so fucking high right now. If I was standing in line at Safeway, I would just fucking leave. That's how high I am. I would put my bags down and be like, nah. This lady's gonna ask me about my air miles, man. I don't want that shit. That's none of your business, lady. I love getting high and playing video games. I'm old, but that's what I love doing them. Do you know what I hate? I hate getting high and talking shit to little kids online. I can't stand it. I'm too high for this shit. I was playing this one kid, NHL 20, I was whooping him. I was like, top shelf, top shelf. I was like, and this kid goes, like, it gets real quiet. I'm like, what's your problem, man? He goes, you know what? I was like, what? He goes, you're a fat bitch. And I was so high, I was like, how the fuck did you know that? I unplugged my Xbox. I'm looking out my window. I'm like, can you see me right now? I phoned my girlfriend. I'm like, how fat do I sound right now? Let's be honest. Don't lie to me, babe. I'm joking. I don't have a girlfriend. I'm just real honest with y'all, man. I gotta be honest. This is cool. Look at this nice setup, eh? This looks like a weird white people basement to me. This is what like Trudeau's basement looks like, right? This is a stool where he's like yelling at little Indian kids. He's like, how are you gonna get to school if you don't have gas, kid? Oh. Y'all have a good night, Vancouver.